Hello, good people. Welcome to live streaming Forex Setups and live trading. We're going to go through some dollar pairs, yen pairs, whatever pairs you want me to cover. Please give them in the description, in the chat box, and we will start it out. Yesterday, we had at FOMC. Dollar has been strengthening ever since, which I feel like I didn't expect, so I don't deserve any of the dollar pips I should have taken. I got out yesterday around here, around 99, was it 90 something, 98, 91, something like that, something around there, and then market fell down to target. So dollar strength was expected. I the reason the reason for why it turned out in the end was that they expressed quite clearly that, or he expressed quite clearly that there was no more. They were still not going to. They're still not going to. Uh, they're still not going to pause rate hikes. Hello, Jack. How are you, mate? Hope you're having a great day. Um, I've been looking around on YouTube on other people's streams lately, in incognito, and what I what I see is what I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, you might see a difference here today. Maybe not. Maybe it's subtle. We will talk about it later. So, euro dollar. I think we have reached target. It is good enough for this week. Um, what was actually the entry this week? What can we learn from this week so far? Are we going to continue lower? We're going to look at gold later on. Don't worry. Just bear with me. Okay, so I can't find my tools. Where's my tools? Okay, my tools are not here. Okay, so we need to do what? Do we need to go to Chrome then? So so what we're kind of looking at, are we thinking that is the entry? Are we thinking that is the entry this week? Well, there's a couple of places I believe that was the entry. This was the entry this week, and this was the entry at central pivot. I took my entry up here because I was anticipating M3 or center pivot to be a bit higher and then falling down. Yesterday, why didn't I even take it? Well, there is something that I call I don't know what to call it in English, but streaming fog, where I am mostly talking about streaming, not trading. But if I was not trading, I should have pretty easily been able to point that out, that I was a great sell. Now we know, but it was it's a lesson for next time, which it always is. So my concern was we would have been up at 1.01 or something like that by the end of it, and to be honest, it's kind of sad that we didn't do that, because that would be a great place to sell that again at. But whatever. I'm currently just trying to find my favorites, but I don't know where they went, to be honest. But if anybody know where I can find my my favorites again, that would be pretty neat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what should we go through today? Shortcuts, trading view. Is there any pairs you want me to cover? Hide all drawings. No, 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 no. Okay. I literally have lost my tools then. Okay. Okay. Cool. It is what it is then, guys. Does that work? No. Okay. Lost it. Lost. Okay. Jack says you have entered New Zealand dollar too, but I fell asleep. Sad. Safir says pound dollar. Where can I re-enter New Zealand dollar? It's not too late, mate. You need to wait for a pullback. Is that a pullback good enough for you? Yeah. I would even say that probably go down to like daily, and then sell. This is so annoying. Like, where did the thing go? Okay. Okay. Then we need to put up a line somewhere. Yeah, either there or there are probably the levels you need to look at, to be honest. Sheldon says, hi, can we say that yourself and Joe were wrong about dollar beaver? Hi, Sheldon. So was I wrong? Was I right? Was I whatever I was? So my stance or my fear was that we might pivot. Was I wrong about that? Not entirely, because CPI is kind of starting to peak a bit. It's just that Fed didn't agree upon that at this particular point. Was I wrong? I also said I didn't understand why dollar weakened. And I also said that I didn't see anything new. And we had to wait for him to talk. So what he said that when they said that indicates a lagging, there's a lag in the system, and he then says that is nowhere. That doesn't mean that they're going to pause interest rate hikes at the end of it. That's what really kicked everything down. So was I wrong? I think my fears was wrong. Was I expecting bearishness on dollar? Yeah. Deep down I was. If you took a lie detector on me. I'm relieved dollar strength was still continued. But I'm gonna be humble. I'm not always right. But I just didn't want to be a part of the mess if dollar became bearish. Right? That's why I pulled out earlier. But it's also potentially a meeting that could change. Dollar strength remains the bias, remains the direction. Yes, that is still very much so. Yeah. Is CAD yen a buy? I'm just going to finish New Zealand yen. So at this moment, I would say oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. At this moment, I would say wait for pullbacks. If you get it at all, and then see how far things is going. New Zealand dollar seasonality isn't as great. I think it's pretty flat going forward. Doesn't mean we can fall. The other problem that you have with New Zealand dollars falling is that you have weekly target being hit on dollar, so that the dollar strength might be not over, but it might die down soon. So that's the only thing that I'm really worried about. So New Zealand dollar, seasonality wise, is pretty flat. Nothing fantastic return at all. Just flat as a pancake. If you look at New Zealand dollar going backwards of previous years, which I like to do because that gives me a good picture of what has happened before, even though that doesn't mean that not something like that should happen this year. But last year we fell pretty hard from the top. We made this. Have we made the same thing this year? Maybe. Have a new low second. Has a very deep pullback for eighth and then falls. Okay, maybe that's a clue. Of course, 2020 with election, it goes higher. That was pretty determined, anyways. That year, New Zealand went higher because it was started out low, and also positive outlooks. This New Zealand dollar are started low and then fell around eighth. So I would say probably wait until eighth. When is eighth? Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday ish, and see if it falls then. So right now it's just adapt, understanding that we made a new low. Whoops, we just made a new low and then wait for the pullback. CAD yen. Can you buy CAD yen now? Okay. So, Mr. Joseph, what should your reasons be to buy CAD yen at the moment? I want a compelling answer for why I would like to buy. I need to understand your brain. I understand your direction and why you think that direction should be that, and why technically we should buy it. Hey, Xavier. Are you doing well? Doing good, as always. Dollar buys remain bullish. Yeah. So what I would say here. So what about Australian yen, New Zealand yen? Seasonality wise, they're supposed to be a bit range now, so I guess they can fall now until is it 19th? I think that the one that can be about. So see Australian yen. No, not really. So they're supposed to be bullish now. So wait for it to return higher, Jack. Can you buy CAD yen now? No, flat out no. So you're on a range. You're at the bottom range. You have kind of peaked. So you need to, first of all, higher, low before that. And other than that, it's a free fall at the moment. So it's definitely not a place that I would look for any buys. I think that is a very dangerous thought to even have. Because the process here is this can just continue lower. As a support, it's support. But this is not the support we are supposed to be looking for whenever we trade. Because you, as a trader, you're supposed to find this support, this support, this support as you go higher, as you are in a bullish trend. And I would say that looking for this support is, I would say you're taught wrong, or you are one of those that that is a part of the statistics of my FX book. When you're looking for trades and you look at, for example, CAD yen, CAD yen there, yeah. Most people are short now, all good, but they've been short for a while, and they are negative 800 pips. So they have basically been selling CAD yen in an uptrend, and how far is 800 pips away? We are talking from below 100, so it's very far, a long time ago. So, to be honest, I'm still looking for a buy here. CAD is performing pretty poorly in November, but yen is supposed to weaken at some point again, but it can fall until planet Earth becomes flat again before I buy it. I don't really care too much. Yeah. Is Aussie Switzia Sal? I wouldn't say so. That's the top of my head before I see it, but I can look. Yeah, okay. So, if you were looking at Aussie Swissy, so first of all, second of all, third of all, what is Aussie doing? Australian dollar is falling hard. Swissy is falling hard. So, Umar, would you sell something where both of them are bearish? No, you wouldn't. So, I would say that's a very poor trade to take now. And it only depends which of Aussie or Swiss is going to be strongest first, and the other one is still weak, and that's the direction the Aussie Swiss will take. So technically, yes, it's a new low. Technically, it can still fall. But if you're supposed to find great trades, great entries, great reversals, this is the place to be on yen pairs. This is the place to be on yen pairs. And I don't care too much though, but that's also technically hindsight a pair you can be in a sell. But other than that, that's yesterday, I think. Yeah. So other than that, pull back and sell. Fair enough. But this is a much better. This is a much better setup. I think generally what I want to talk to you guys about trading price is as a when it comes to sister pairs, when it comes to New Zealand cat pairs, when it comes to New Zealand pairs against other commodities, don't why you want so much pain for yourself? Find something that's trending. Find something that you can actually understand, and find something that actually makes you, I don't know, happier per se, but like go on and be the best version of yourself as a trader. And if you have to wait, what is it, 2 weeks for it to start become bearish, then wait 2 weeks then for it to go into your direction. I know there was one guy in A1 trading Discord group. He has been selling dollar for I don't know at least the entire month of October. Has he been right? Yeah. But has dollar bars been right? Yeah. Both of them have been right. And it's been pretty poor trend on the fall, but it has still done it, right? S&P 500 is falling this morning. Okay. So are we able to get in a sell? Are we buying? What are we doing? So when you're buying and you're thinking, okay, this is the current market. You're a buyer. This is the current market. Is this a good market to buy? No, not at all. The reason for that is not a good buy is because it's a general direction is lower. We have broken the previous high, the previous low. A good buy is up here, but that is now hitting your stop loss. Okay, cool. Because that's the stop. That's the support you're supposed to be finding in a presumable uptrend. But right now, no. Right. So if I can, you know what I will do with most of you guys, 27 people of you now. If I can just fly you guys in to an office wherever it is. We sit together for 1 week. Okay? We day trade, we swing trade, we do whatever, but you're only allowed to do one asset. Only sell, only buy euro dollar, only buy pound dollar, only one direction, one pair. And you're only allowed to look for one direction. I believe that's going to make you such a better trader because you have a specific task and a specific direction, and there's nothing else in between. Because if you're looking at, for example, pound dollar today, that is a sell that I did on the live stream on A1. Hey, target, boom. Okay, what did you learn? Did you learn that when you make a new low and you make the pullback, you sell? It was challenging, but it went in the direction of your trade in the end anyways. And now that is a target of 300 pips away. That was the whole trade this week, right? And then you can say, okay, if you're a seller, shouldn't you be selling every, let's say, London Open? That's a sell. That's a sell. And that's a sell. Aren't those great sells? Yes, as long as you're following technical analysis of a trending market. Mitchell says I sold probably S&P 37.65, bit of aggressive entry, but I missed the test. Okay. 37 what? 37.65. Okay. Okay, it's aggressive, but those are also your options. Okay. So, is it possible to make money in the forex market, stock market, all those markets? Yeah. If you push yourself to becoming the best version of yourself, and you stop thinking that every single currency pair out there available on TradingView is a viable trade. Okay. That's the only way. Okay. James says that PMI is out. You can find the PMI. Tomorrow is NFP, by the way. I think it is. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah. Important. Services PMI is 54.4. Less than expected. Is that going to lead to dollar bearishness? So if it's worse than expected, then it should generally be better dollar falling, but it doesn't mean that directly. But I think even though because we've hit target, so it might help out, but nothing else than that. Hi. Bought dollar CAD 135. That's a weird way of putting it though, but 135.50. You bought USD CAD at 135.50. Okay. Okay. I would love if you bought USD CAD here around your evening last night at 136.85. I think this trade is too risky, but it's also a range. It's not necessarily higher, high, higher, low. But yeah. I think that it's a range trade, so it's not doesn't fit my way of trading. But you made money on it, feel good about it, but I'm yet to make those. Well, no, maybe I've made those trades before. So I'll buy there. Yeah, okay. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay. Yeah. Backtrack a bit. Okay. Congratulations on your entry. And then remember target at 137.28, 138.27. And look for the next trade next week. I do not understand what you mean. When you're looking at Australian dollar, US dollar, of course, there is a couple of things that I should have done differently yesterday. First one was to sell M3, which is this price here at 64.67. And both entries were good entries to sell, give or take, depending on how you look at it. That you have a new low there, pullback, sell, having a bit of a deeper pullback, and then sell, and then 62.16 should have been in it. I do not understand your comment about Biden and where that comes in. I was looking technically at your setup. I was not thinking about Biden. And yesterday, I believe it all bearishness, but I was wrong. But that's why I'm saying it was a high risk trade, because it was a range that you bought at the bottom of M2, which in the end, great. Okay, fair enough. I would just wish that entry was, that price was up here when we started at FOMC, so you can use this as support or this as support. Then you have a higher chance of being right. That's all. Only trying to set it up for the best trades. USD yen has turned into a range, as most yen pairs has. And there seemed to be a lot of demand around 145.50. And we haven't gone above 149. Are we now going to go into a range for the entirety of November? We will see. But what this leads you to either, number one, if you're a range trader buying down here, it leads you to have less expectations of a trend until you break higher, and then you can buy, there, meaning market goes like this, come back to support, and then go higher. That also leads the opportunity for it to go down again as fake out. So USDN right now has too many options for my liking for the direction going forward. I really love when it's trending like this. This is nice. This is nice, and this is nice. So when you come into this kind of market, you're just waiting. Um, you're just waiting um, for the market to basically tell you where things is going. Um, I would say that it's not really. Um, yeah, it's not really a great trade at the moment, to be honest. So can't really complain. But you know, stay put, stay alert. Don't forget what what it's about. But but yeah, just continue on searching for trades, searching for your setup, and everything. If you're looking at euro yen, when you look at euro yen at this given point, what do you see? Range, okay? So still a range, still high. Coming into November, we start falling, okay? So when you see the market pushing down below the previous low, do you then think immediately I should sell that? That was yesterday at FOMC, by the way. Or do you think, that is too low to sell? That determines, first of all, if you're a buyer or seller, and secondly, how you read this market. Do you read this market as bullish? And if you read the market as bullish, where do you see the higher high and higher low? Do you see that as a higher high and higher low? Or do you see this as a high and low, and then new low, new higher high? That's the difference between how you should trade this one. So yes, we did start off November here at M3. All good, all lovely. Can't really complain. It's a sell off. Fair enough. We have gone down now to around the buy price for the month. Okay, are we going to hold them to here? Yes or no? If we're not going to hold this as the bottom, where's the bottom going to be? How far down do we go before we turn higher? So as a buyer, which I am, I'm just waiting for this to turn around. I hope there is going to be a reversal here so I can buy it again. But it all depends. Boxing Studio says euro dollar. So euro dollar I sold yesterday. Last week, sorry. And I took profit before the FOMC. Going forward, we have this week hit bearish weekly target, meaning if you traded yesterday, either here or here, or here for that matter, you should be taking profit or partial profits. It's a good 200 pips down, and all is good. As you can see here, we have paused a bit. That doesn't mean we can continue lower, but it means that we are today Thursday, tomorrow is NFP. If we get a deeper pull back up to 98.60 tomorrow because of NFP, that should be your next plan. So when you hit targets early or late for that matter, there is two scenarios that can happen. This scenario where we pause and then continue next week, or we pause, range, gets a deeper pullback, and then start falling. Those are your two scenarios on euro at the moment going forward. So I would say we might be rounding up here. I just would I would rather sell here than to sell here. I'm confused, honestly. Wouldn't the raise of interest rates of Bank of England increase the strength of pound? No. Or is the dollar strength negating it? I don't know what negating means, but the reason for the lack of pound increase is a couple of things. Number one is that dollar is strong and dollar runs the world. Whatever dollar does, the world follows afterwards. The inflation in the UK is not as important for the global market. If you saw Powell yesterday, he was asked like, "But what about inflation in Europe and the UK?" And he basically said, word not necessarily word, but he basically said that yes, we are following what the Bank of England and the ECB is doing, but American economy is so strong by itself. So UK and Europe is dependent on America or the USA, but the USA is not dependent on Europe. It's dependent on itself because most of the income, most of the GDP in the USA is domestic. And most of GDP coming out of Europe, most GDP coming out of UK, coming out of Switzerland, maybe not most, but a greater deal of it is export to America or internally in Europe, so that for Switzerland, so that it's it's not the same thing. So why wouldn't pound rise? Well, it has been rising lately, but that's for a different reason. That was because of the support of Jill's 30-year T notes for UK because they wanted to lower taxes, and that crashed the longer term rates of bonds, and that's more important. Taxes is more important because what was it? Well, they were supposed to reduce by 45 billion pounds in taxes to the richest, and now they have said they are going to increase taxes, also completely a 100%, 180-degree turn to increase taxes. And I said that was bearish. So for me, I am more of this is the reason. And yes, we need to understand central banking policy, we need to understand interest rates and CPI and all that. That's a great that is the main driver of the markets at the moment, because that is positive manipulation of the market. But it's not the entire picture, and it takes a bit of experience to know at what point do we use which indicators and what is the market really following. So one point is to use what your direction. What is your direction? Okay, so if you've been buying pound for the greatest long time, you should have been making quite some money in anticipation of higher rates or of everything to go right. So when should you have been buying? So there is a one, there is one, there is one, there is one, there is one. Okay, pause there. Okay, now it's bearish again, and then probably there. Oops, I was wrong. Probably some entries in here, 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 here. Okay, pause again, and then probably some entries here and there and there, and then pause again. If you're a seller, you are now coming into more bearishness. First of all, you have sells here that week until it died. You may have some sells here until it died, and then now you have sells here again. So even though if you're a buyer or seller of pound, whatever you believe is going to be the future most important indicator for the future price of pound, you both ways you have been able to make money. What strategies do I use? Where I want to trade generally is reversal of trend. I want to be in a reversal of trend. I want to be in reversal of trend there. I want to be in reversal of trend here, in this section here. Around times, I believe the market will go in a specific direction, higher or lower. So I look at seasonality. What does generally happen? So from 22nd of August to 8th or 12th is there's a double peak on seasonality. 8th or 12th took profit there. And then from 12th, it should fall until 7th of October. 7th is there. Didn't really nail it, but fair enough. And then from 7th, going all the way up to 21st, should be the peak of 21st of October. Should be the peak. And peaking, also give or take. So I have been looking to buy there. I was looking to buy there, and I buy every time, every day, until I get there. And then here's to sell if you want to do. And then I look to buy until I reach my peak, and then I pause. So then I use price actions, reversal of trend, and then trend strategy, technical analysis, basically. And then I use fundamental analysis to get my broader direction of the market, so I don't sell dollar, for example. EPSS makes sense. Thank you for the explanation. Okay. For those 25s who are here, what other markets should we look at today? I've looked at Euro, I've looked at Aussie, I've looked at New Zealand, I've looked at pound, I've looked at USD CAD, I've looked at dollar, I've looked at S&P 500, I've looked at some of the yen pairs, gold, yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Gold is always interesting. Okay, so I remember on Monday, you can find that on A1 Trading. I said 3 prices. Either that price, 1665, or 1670, I think it was, or up at that peak. Those are your 3 prices to sell from. I can't even do it correctly even. Was I right? Or was I wrong? I don't know. I was right about the first one. That was a good sell-off. And we went a bit higher than I anticipated. Okay. So fair enough. But to be honest, on gold at the moment, as long as dollar is strong, gold should be going lower. We have gone down to now to 1630 level. That's the target for the week. So some profit should get off the sells there if you have sells. And then now you just have to wait. Does it continue lower or does it come back to sell again? That's kind of the whole question. I'm trading for 3 weeks and made $50 and $100 account. Too high risk. But yeah. Your account size is too little small. That doesn't mean that that's what you can afford to trade with. But I would say, generally, and I'm saying that all kudos to you for making $50 and $100 account. But when I've been trading for 9 years, I know I've learned some hard lessons along the years. This is only from my own experience, okay? So 1% of the account per trade. if you have a $100 account, you can only trade 10 pips. So if you have a $500 account, then you can trade with 50 pips stop loss and still only use 1% of your account and a 0.001 lot size. Because the reason why I say it's too low with 100 is that your psychology kicks in pretty fast, pretty hard, because you are afraid, or most people are afraid, that they're going to lose their hard-earned $100, and now they start saying, "Oh, it goes down to 30, goes down to 20, goes down to 30, goes down to 40, goes down to $50 in loss," and now that's half of your account. You're not able to get that caution, that piece you need to have in your trading, because trading isn't about losses. Your trading isn't about how much money can I not lose. Trading is about how much money, what trading setups can I do, how many trading setups do I need to take for me to make money, and how much loss do I have before I make money. So if I have 10 trades loss, I'm still cool, because I know that when I lose money, I lose maybe 50 pips times 6, that is 300 pips. But I know when I make one trade or more, when I win, I know I make 300 plus 300 plus 280 plus 250, and I make way more money whenever I win. I just need to test whenever I'm right. So I would say, okay, continue on with your account. Don't close it down. But I would really love for you to, one, have a very profitable trading strategy on demo first. I want, number two, that you are very specific, very direct about your trading and know exactly what setup you want to take. And I also want you to have traded it on demo, so you know exactly how many losses you should have in a period of trading trades, how much stop loss you should have, so that when you come to the market, you're a professional. You're not winging it. You're not just being out there just for the fun of it, or for the thrill of it. And that's how you survive. But if you wing it and you make a lot of money now this week, and then you blow it up next week, it was a fun ride, right? But are you going to trade with me for the next 20 years then? Are you going to trade with me for the next 20 years if that is your goal? So I'm not telling you to do my strategy. My strategy works pretty good. But I want you to test. I want you to test whatever strategy you are presented with by any gurus or whatever. Find out what works for you, for yourself, your only self. If you're scalping, day trading, 1 minute, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, I don't know. What makes you sleep well at night. And if you need my help, I am always here to help on YouTube. That's about it, people. I have not found any trades that I want to take today. Yen pairs has not turned around. Dollar pairs are having a pullback now, actually, as I imagined. So 98.60 is a level that I would like to see. Until then, family, I love you. I'll see you soon. Boom. Trade well tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic day.